Recording in progress.
Watercooler. 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 Hey, welcome to Watercooler. Thank you so much. Yeah, you. Thank you for tuning in, hanging out with us for another lovely episode. You know how the show goes. I, Chris Locks, I'm going to kick it with my cruel digital buds of yesteryear. With me today, all the way in Austin, Texas, it's Matt Fondelier.
Hey, brother.
Hello, Matt. And then all the way in Long Beach, California, like myself, it's Kalen Bean.
What's going on?
Okay, we're both in Long Beach. We never just do the show together.
No, we don't.
You never want to come
to
over.
be fair, it's not very easy to get to each other.
Yeah.
Like Long Beach is not set up in a way where you can just take the freeway. It's a lot of fucking
indeed.
streets.
It's a long beach.
Indeed,
you know, it's not called Short Beach.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if we were both in Short Beach, we would have no excuse.
You
Yeah,
have
yeah.
no excuses.
Yeah. All right. And then all the way in North Hollywood, California, back from the Desert Ridge Improv. Mike
Yeah.
Dawson.
What is up, my dudes?
Welcome back, man. It looked based off of just the feedback, the videos that I've been seeing online and on the social media sphere. Looked like a successful weekend, but tell me all about it.
It was a successful weekend. It was a lot of fun. We did 5 shows.
This is you.
I didn't
and,
expect-
who else?
Me and Adam's girlfriend, Crystal, and Adam's opener, Rudy. And I didn't expect to
And
get
Adam?
there until... And Adam.
Oh, okay, Adam Carolla. Yes. Okay.
No, I can
And
make
Adam
it.
Carolla.
You guys handle it.
Yes. Yeah, sorry. I thought that was implied. I guess it wasn't.
You would be surprised. You
Yeah.
gotta,
No,
kinda
you're
gotta
right.
Lay it out for people.
Yeah. So, no, Adam Carolla was performing, and we were all luckily invited along. It's great out there, too, because we get to stay at the Fairmont Princess
Have we talked about that
in
place?
Scottsdale.
No,
We've
I
talked
think it's
about it a
come
couple
up.
of times.
Yeah.
I swear it's come up.
Twice.
I think I'm the
Where it's
only
come
person
up.
that hasn't been there at this point.
I have not.
You gotta
either.
get there, dude. It's bucket list, bro. Hit the sauna a bunch of times.
Yeah, go to the
Hit
desert
the cold
and enter the
plunge
sauna.
a couple of
That sounds great.
times.
No joke. Do all that. Even all their pools, Caitlin, are heated. Even
But
all
dude,
the-
I got there.
Sometimes I don't like that.
get out of here.
Yeah, well, I remember when we went to go stay at Mark Garagos's thing for like Pat's birthday, and we were all getting drunk, and it was like super hot in the desert, and then you'd get in the pool, and the pool was hot too, and it's like,
Yeah, that's no
no, if you're in the desert, I need a cold pool to fucking cool down.
Yeah,
in.
but it
It's the
costs
worst thing
so
ever.
much. You know how much money? You know how much money it costs to run a refrigeration system through a pool and keep it cold in the desert? That is so much fucking money. And it makes sense if your business is, hey, it's a pool. But
Yeah.
there's more to the business than the pool.
I don't know. Even on.
I don't think the water was.
I don't want. I'm not
like,
looking for a jacuzzi.
Well, see,
pool.
Las
I
Vegas
just-
does it. Las Vegas does it because there's a fuckload, because the business is gambling. The business is money, and the house always wins. Las Vegas can afford to keep the pools a little bit cooler than I think Arrogance. But I hear you, dude. I totally hear you. There's nothing more annoying. You don't want to get in hot water in the heat.
It was just. I felt like it was making me more drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was awful.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
it
I
wasn't
get
the
that.
10th vodka Red Bull that you were slamming. It was the pool.
But as it turned out, I didn't think I was going to get to the club until halfway through the first show. So I just told everybody, like, don't worry about me. I'll just, jump on the second show.
Okay.
And turns out I get into the Uber, like, I'm going to be there 5 minutes before the show starts. And so I text and say, it looks like I'm going to be there. And immediately I get a text back. Do you want to host? Yeah. Okay. All right. So I get to the club at 6:55. I get in the green room at 6:57. I'm on the stage at 7:00.
You're really
man.
pulling an Adam Carolla there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I tried to do something different because they basically asked me, I was asked to host all 5 shows, which means I do 5 to 7 at the top and then bring out the other comedians and then, back and forth, introduce everybody. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's your game. I'm just playing in it. If that's what you want me to do, I'll do it. And then I thought, all right, so you can't really totally get out much in 5 minutes, but I got tight fives, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do 5 different tight fives this weekend. I'm gonna do 25 minutes of material over the weekend and see what works and see what doesn't.
Great
And
idea.
I mean, Sunday, our last show Sunday, I was like, okay, am I really doing this, or do I want to finish strong and do all my best stuff? And I thought, no, you said you're going to do this. This is what you made this weekend about, so go for it. And and I came up with a set on Sunday, and I'm disappointed I'd really never really totally dug into those ideas. But Sunday turned out to be probably the second best set, if not the best set. And it was all stuff that I kind of put together a long time ago and just thought it wasn't strong enough to deliver. But
That's good. It's like a
yeah.
life lesson there.
Yeah, necessity made it, because I needed stuff. I had to, and I'm not saying I was spectacular or anything. I got a long way to go. There are things that you just can only learn with time, but I don't suck. People laughed.
Congrats, dude.
And
Sounds awesome.
it was a lot of fun. It
Wonderful.
was a lot of fun. Happy to be
some-
home. Really
there's-
fucking happy to be home.
I love Dawson just going up on a whim and just hitting the stage. I mean, I see that. I've been fortunate enough to have been in a lot of green rooms in comedy clubs and been with a lot of shows to where like you'll just be talking to somebody and you'll just hear in the background the announcer or the host like bringing them up and they're just still talking to you as if nothing's happening. And in my head, I'm like, you gotta go. What are you doing? Get up
Yeah,
there.
that's
Why
not me,
why are you
dude.
still finishing your story right now? Get up.
It's not me.
And they're just like still talking as they're backing out of the room, and then they just turn around and they just turn it on like in an instant. It's
Yeah.
unlike anything I've ever seen. Comedians do it all the time. Like
Right.
like they really just they milk every drop of time in that green room just to hang before they get out on stage. And it's a weird.
I mean, don't kid yourself. Kalen is the same way before every one of these podcasts.
That's true,
We all know,
too.
right before the mics roll, he's up on his feet, he's stretching, he's doing like facial exercises, he's opening and closing that curtain that's behind him, he's making sure the fan's on so we get really nauseous while we're recording.
Right.
Thanks for turning it off, by the way. That was good.
Yeah,
and
I
then
might turn it on now, actually.
see, and then the second the show starts, he's in his chair with a smile on his
He
face.
dishevels his hair and he takes off his tux,
Mhm.
put on
Yep.
his PJs, and put on a hat.
Right at the last second.
Yeah,
It's amazing to
part
watch.
of
It's
your
amazing to
character.
watch.
I heard,
It's my process, all right? It's just my process.
look, it's brilliant. I heard like Paris Hilton's like that. Like she purposely acts like dumb and with her little, and she like when she goes out into the media, but supposedly behind closed doors, she's brilliant. But this is all a persona. I don't know. That's just what I've heard from people who have hung with her. And yeah,
That reminds me, there was a day when I was dating my wife, but maybe we were engaged, and we were walking around Hollywood, and Julie took a step into the intersection, and a hot pink Ferrari came ripping around the corner and came this close to hitting Julie. And it turns out that it was Paris Hilton that was driving that car. And it was in that moment that I told Julie, I was like, we were this close to being set for life. If you were just 2 steps into that intersection instead of 1, our lives would have been changed forever. But
You're saying- wait.
you had to be spared, and thus we are living this life now. We're in the dark
How
timeline.
dare you not want to go through life crippled?
That's what she told me. She didn't say that you said we were this close. I heard that you said we were 1 push away from being set for life. That's
Yep.
the way she says it. But that's a weird way to think about it, Matt. But that's fine. That's fine, dude. Like, just so close. You're so
She
close.
still married me, She still married me, so
She did.
obviously
Yeah.
a risk she was willing to take.
Obviously a mistake. I remember I went to a concert. There was the House of Blues that was across the street from the Comedy Store. I went and watched a show there with my buddy Matt Edgar, and this is like his show, the best show of his life, because he knew all 3 bands that were playing, every song by all 3 bands that were playing. So it was a nonstop sing along for him, the entire showcase. And then for those I think it was the bands were the Get Up Kids, Say Anything, and the Starting Line, just all like pop punk, emo bands or whatever. And we had the time of our lives. And then the floor just starts clearing, and the pit starts clearing, the floor starts clearing, and he goes, "Oh, I got a set tonight. You want to come with me?" And I was like, "Sure." So we walk out of the House of Blues. We walk up the hill onto Sunset Boulevard, just jaywalk across the street to get to the Comedy Store. This is nonstop. We just walk up the stairs. He like fist bumps the guy at the door. We walk into the to that first room on the left. I forget what it's called. And the original room, I think.
That's the original room.
Yeah, walk into the original room, and literally as his foot crosses the threshold, you hear the grr in Matt Edgar, grr, and people are just clapping.
Holy
and
shit!
He just walks up onto the stage. Like, we walked from the floor of the House of Blues to him being on stage without breaking a stride. And I think about that way too much. And of course,
that's awesome.
All he talked about was that emo show we went to, and I don't remember if it went well or not, but it was just funny that he actually went on stage that way. That's what I think about. Like, comedians do that. Where if I have to go on stage, I'm like thinking about him. I'm pacing around, just like Kaylin does for this show. So it's a skill. I don't know. It's something you're a little more relaxed, I guess.
I'm pacing around as well.
I've seen you shadow box.
I'm all up in my head. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still going through everything, still trying to see your set list in your head and the jokes. It's too much concentration. But I almost bombed the very first show. I got as close to I've ever gotten at bombing.
What happened?
Well, I think I misjudged the early crowd for the partiers. I should have taken all my really, my 3 minutes of why I'm an alcoholic.
And then the late show.
And then my smoking crack jokes. I don't think it was appropriate for the early show on Friday. And I walked back into the green room after that set, and I just said, well, those are the wrong jokes to tell. And Adam's like, they laughed. I said, I got more groans than laughter. Yeah, they laughed a little bit, but I think I disappointed some nanas.
Well, I mean, it's funny that you say that was the closest you've gotten to bombing, because I mean, we were all at Lake Arrowhead, right?
Oh, we did so good at Lake Arrowhead.
Pretty sure.
We got a standing O at Arrowhead.
Yeah,
it was a standing no. Actually.
Yeah, it was a standing
no the whole time. It was quite embarrassing. The forks clinking on the plates were the loudest thing of that show. The closest thing got to applause. So I just saw Kaylin the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Always good to see him. We were at a family party.
That's
and
nice.
There's a wings and pizza party. Can't go wrong with that. Had some Arizona
nice charcuterie board.
Well done.
Yeah.
Nice correction.
Yeah.
And the Kirkland lager. Kirkland makes a lager, and it is wonderful. So look, I mean, I need Kirkland.
Do they make
to
a
sponsor the
Pilsner?
show. Kaylin, no, Kaylin just makes a lager at the moment, but I mean, who knows what will happen.
Now,
when you said Kaylin, it sounded like Kaylin.
I was
like, wait, where did Kaylin make it?
Kaylin works everywhere but here, and that's because there's a freaking guy named Kaylin here, and it's annoying.
Was the pizza, I should say, were the pizza and the wings served at the same time, or were we going different courses here?
It was kind of style.
It was like a 3-course. It was like the charcuterie board, and then the wings, and then the pizza.
Good order. That's good.
And me and Kaylin just partied the night away.
Yeah, it was nice. I told Chris at some point after the pizza was served, you know what? I'm coming around on the Hawaiian now.
Oh, there we go.
I have always been very against the Hawaiian, but I started giving it a try, and I go, all right, you know what? I think I kind of like this now. It probably wouldn't be in my top 5, but
pineapple.
I chowed down on some Hawaiian, and it was lovely.
Not bad. Pineapple, not bad on pizza, not bad on a burger. I think you're going to find...
No.
That's next. That's
see,
what's
Kaylin,
next.
see where you started. You just legitimized in Matt's mind his putting pineapple on a cheeseburger.
Let's be clear. I did not put the pineapple on the burger. A delicious food truck chose to put a pineapple on the burger, and I was rewarded for that decision.
Yeah.
And it was a chicken food truck, right?
Chicken food truck decided to put pineapple on the burger. That's what Matt goes by. The freaking food.
I'm just saying, step one is, you know what? Hawaiian pizza, not so bad. Guess what's next, Galen?
Never. I will never.
No, I'm with you, Kalen.
Next thing
Stop
you
there.
know, yeah.
Matt takes it too
Well.
far. He just takes it too far. You need to pull
You
the
can check out
reins
our
a little bit.
latest Patreon if you want to hear.
I like to
more about
defend
that.
you as much as I can, Matt, but in this one, I can't do it.
Burger speaks for itself.
But speaking of food, just want to do a quick egg check. Dawson, does the egg still exist, and is it still in its same
Little
form?
Charlie is alive and well and happy.
Let's stop calling him that.
It's not Dwight Yoakam.
Okay.
No,
Little
it's
B.
not. Little Charlie.
Yeah, you've shaken the Bubba Boy army with this challenge. So
Well,
just I feel like I just gotta check in every week, just make sure you're still.
people are
you're still good.
absolutely insane. It's
'Cause
okay.
I want someone to make a montage. You know how everyone like people take pictures of themselves every day. I just
Right.
want like a 5-second Dawson reaction montage where it just goes from I got it, no, I don't want. Oh, it's starting to stink. Oh, this is terrible. Why did I agree to do this? No, and it would just basically be that the entire time. So, but we'll see. Time will tell. Or Dawson just eats the egg and just we become the core four.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, Gary is not here because.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I should have mentioned
Weird.
that. I don't know why he's not here. Actually,
He's
busy.
working. He's
Busy
working.
boy. He might be here
Yeah.
for Patreon this week though, so he'll be sure to tune in and maybe you'll get Gary along with your outros. All right. Look, we have comments to get to. I have a bussin' makes me feel good that I want to do.
yeah.
But
Sweet.
before all that, Kaylin,
Yes.
you had a topic of discussion, and I think it goes along the lines of what I have done as well. Whereas I don't know if this is a mistake or not. Right now it feels like it's not, but Jenny has never seen the show Lost, and I got her deep into this show now. She is all about
You told
it.
me that at our party, and I asked you, "What is wrong with you? Why would you
I'm-
do that to her?"
I'm weirdly proud of it because now I'm watching from the outside somebody who is just loving this show, falling in love with the characters, really enjoying oneself whilst watching. And yeah, I don't even know what to expect because I don't think I've seen it since it ended anyway. But very controversial ending. I don't think she listens to the show. Maybe she does. I don't know. But
Yeah, whoa. Just want to say. Just want to say. That was a
That's the
whoa.
closest
That
we're
was a
gonna
whoa.
get.
That was a whoa.
I heard it. I heard what I heard.
I just wanted to
Someone
say. I
clip
know.
that. Someone clip
know.
that.
I know this is not going to surprise you, but I've never seen a single episode of Lost.
Wow.
So you should do the rewatch.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
I don't
Get
think so.
lost.
Because I already know the ending.
How many episodes are there in each season?
It's
Is it like 23 or is it
25 to
like
26?
Oh my
There
god.
is that
For
many.
That's
six
brutal.
seasons. It's
Yeah.
so much Lost. So
It
I mean,
is
isn't
weird
it,
that
isn't it at this point just setting yourself up for ultimate letdown?
who knows?
No, I don't know.
I don't want to
dude.
tell you now, Doss, because
Okay.
you might watch
Dude,
it, and I don't
it's
want to ruin
good.
it for you. And I think you should watch it.
People are crazy. It's good.
So far I've been tuning in with her, like just here and there. Love it.
Well, based on
What season are you on?
Yeah.
one, Kaylin. we
Okay,
have
well then
live,
obviously
man.
you're gonna love one.
It's
One is
great.
great.
One's
Wait,
awesome.
come back to me at season 5 and let's check in again.
So
with
there are
season
5 seasons of 26 episodes.
Like
I'm
six.
gonna eat
Six.
little
There might
Charlie
be six
before I
seasons.
finish
I think
watching
there's
this.
6, but I think
Yeah.
it goes downhill after like 3. I don't remember exactly.
I don't know, but look, it's,
Yeah, like the first 1 or 2 seasons, fantastic.
Lost was Lost was the reason I knew what a podcast was.
Really?
I listened. My first podcast were Lost recap. There's like this. I forget what it was. It was like a dad and his son. Just like it sounded like they were just in front of like a computer mic, just talking about the episode, and I would tune in for
Really?
that, and I loved it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lost was so electric. I think I've told the story before, but like, so my dad got a show in Hawaii, like the same time that they were filming Lost. They were both filming on Oahu, the Big Island, and I went out there for a summer, and it was like, run of the mill like detective cop show called like Hawaii Blue, and they did the whole first season. I went out there for the summer, and I was filming. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. Like my dad's gonna be on a Hawaii, like we're gonna be able to come back to Hawaii and stuff like that. So they make the season and then they air it and it goes up against Lost in the time slot.
Oh.
So needless to say, nobody fucking watched Hawaii Blue. They all watched
Damn.
Lost canceled after 1 season.
Dang. So they both filmed there, and then they both put them up in the same time slot. It's
Yeah.
awkward.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I was like at home going like, hey, let's watch Dad's show, but it's like, but Lost is on. I don't know. Kind of want to watch Lost if I'm being honest.
Oh, even
Wow,
you,
did
Caleb.
you have
couldn't
that
even- you didn't even
confession
do it.
time? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that first season was that electric. It
You
was
should
that
talk about.
captivating.
You should. Why don't
It
you bring
tore
this
up, it
on-
broke up families, is what I heard. And there's a perfect example.
Obviously, yeah. Why don't you bring this up on Just Fooling About? This is a good TOD for that show.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
I will.
remember that
We might
show?
be reformatting the show a little bit. So yeah.
Oh,
I'll
really?
pick them up. Yeah, well, it's
If you
getting
need a food segment, hit me up, bro.
well, no, it's just like booking guests, and it's getting a little harder to book guests. And like, I was like, well, why do we even need to do that? Why don't we, when we don't have a guest, let's just, instead of skipping the week, let's just come in and just be me and my dad and Jim, and we'll just talk movies and bullshit for an hour. And they're like, yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna start doing that instead of just skipping weeks where we don't have guests.
I think the diehard fans are going to appreciate that because it allows your dad to like open up and tell other stories about just how he's living his daily life, you know?
I mean, he does that with his like co-host Jim, like every day anyway. They just talk for like hours to each other about movies and stuff like that. So it's like, all right, well, let's just do it on the show for an hour, and
Perfect.
that way it'll, yeah. So, yeah. Well, I might bring up Hawaii Blue at some point if we start doing that.
It's not Jim Cameron, is it? It is. Just say it is.
It's not Jim
And
Cameron.
then- yeah, we go. Come on, man. I'm trying to get you some.
Although
Like we're
we
having
are-
a hard time booking guests. It's just my dad and James Cameron every single week talking, but we can't get anyone to join us.
I will say we're also opening up the show to doing remote guests, so like over Riverside and Zoom. So yeah, James Cameron, very strong possibility coming in the near future.
There you go. Why don't you tell him to stick around and lay down a couple water coolers?
that's what I'm saying. Bring him on this show. Let's weird him out.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Ian Bag on the show sometimes. So Jack can come on too. All right. Let's see. So we. What was your thinking? You started a show.
Well, so yeah, I actually rewatched a show recently that I haven't seen in a long time called Kingdom, because I didn't have a lot to watch. And Kingdom, it's a very good South Korean zombie show set in like, I don't know, fucking 1600s, all swords and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna rewatch that, and I did. So I was kind of already on the rewatch train, and then Matt came to me about 2-3 weeks ago and said, "Oh, hey, you're watching like that show Silo? Is it any good? I'm thinking about giving it a try. Either that or The Expanse." And you got to know, like, Matt's favorite show of all time is Battlestar Galactica.
We know. We see the.
So
autograph
say we
photo on
all.
his wall. My gosh.
The Expanse is the
man.
closest thing you're ever going to get to Battlestar Galactica, and it's also a phenomenal show. 6 seasons. Had some problems with like production and which place there's his Battlestar Galactica DVD.
Reaching
He's probably got
distance.
something else in there. And yeah, there's more. There's more.
All right, pull your pants
He's
back up.
showing off his collection.
Wow.
Is this a magic trick or something? You're pulling these out of
It's a
thin air.
lot. Yeah.
Just keep-
Fourth season. Every season's like 25 episodes as well, by the
Okay,
way.
I was convinced you're just
There's a
showing
fifth
us
one,
the
but
same
my hands are
3
full.
boxes every time. It's not like I could tell the difference.
Yeah. So anyway, I was like, he was like, oh, I haven't seen The Expanse. I was dumbfounded that he had never watched The Expanse before. I was like, oh, you have to watch that. And I've been checking in with him, like, yeah, how's The Expanse going? And then it just like, I was like, I'm jealous. First of all, it's like, you know what? I might as well just do a rewatch myself. So now I've already surpassed Matt.
He's already surpassed me, which is what we were talking about before the mics heated up, which you have children, sir. How do you have time to watch this much television?
Well, it helps that I've already seen it. So like, if I have it
What?
on and like,
Does it make you watch the show faster somehow? Your
don't have
minutes
to-
don't count the same?
I don't have to pay as much attention to it.
Okay.
So yeah. So
Let me
I'm-
assure you, I'm paying attention to very little at certain times.
Yeah. So I think. Well, what are you? Have you finished the first season yet?
No, I think I'm like 7 or 8 episodes. I'm almost done with the first season.
Okay.
And I'm enjoying it. You told me that it starts a little slow, and it does have the exact same tone and production style, look and feel of Battlestar. So I am super into it, and I'm excited to see where it goes. But there are a couple performances that are a little bit tough, and a lot of the dialogue is a little bit tough. There's a character in the first season whose name is Fred Johnson, and I know that because every single character only refers to him as Fred Johnson, first and last name,
Yeah,
every
yeah, yeah.
single time, and his name comes up like within 20 minutes of any episode, a character will say Fred Johnson, and then another character will say Fred Johnson, and he's not even the main character on the show. And I should have a ticker and take a shot every time they say Fred Johnson, and I would be passed out.
There's
It's
also,
not like they
there's
called
also
Luke
no one,
Skywalker Luke Skywalker every
Exactly.
time they said his name.
there's also no one else in the show named Fred, so
Right.
that
Yeah,
makes sense for them to be
yes.
distinguishing.
Right.
It's like a fun sci-fi show. Everybody's got kind of like cool names. Why is there a character named Fred in the first place? Like, just
Fred
give him a
Johnson.
crazy name. Why call him Fred Johnson? It's so
Yeah.
bizarre.
Yeah.
That's already over. I'm with you, Matt Fondler. That would upset me too.
Well, this show, I should say, it's based on a book series. And what I haven't read the book series, but I've done research on it. Apparently, they're very faithful to the book. Like, they'll have to cut things out of it for time, but for the most part, they're very faithful to the story. And it just makes me mad at, like, The Witcher again. That's like series that you're based on a source material that's fantastic. It's already done. Why are you trying to go fuck with it and do your own thing? Like, no, just stay with the source material, and it'll turn out like a great show, like The Expanse.
All right, that's it. Well, maybe Kim will plug that after the show because I'm starting to get a little interested in this now. The Expanse.
It's on Prime. And watch it along, Chris. You should watch it too.
Maybe I will.
Although Kalen's going to be done before I'm even like halfway through the second season, probably.
You see, listen to Matt's suggestions,
We'll
Chris.
start a
You
group
should
chat.
watch.
I
You
like
should
this.
watch. Yeah.
All
Yeah, have a
right.
pineapple on a burger.
No, I'm not doing. Okay, now I'm not watching The Expanse. He ruined it for me. He ruined the show, Kalen. I refuse to watch it now.
Yeah.
All right, you guys need some comments?
Yes,
No? Okay, good.
I do. I don't know about these guys.
All right, these are all comments delivered to us by you, the listeners. Thank you so much for contributing to the show and with your thoughts, your opinions, your questions. We appreciate it. And if you want to leave us a comment, there are a couple ways to do it. One way is you can join our Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/watercooler. And for as little as $5 a month, you get an extra episode every week. You get ad-free episodes. You get opportunities for movie clubs and meetups and good old stuff like that. So it's fun. And then if you want to see something for free and just hang out with an awesome community, go to facebook.com/group/BoboBoyArmy Worldwide LLC. You answer a few questions. We might let you in. It's my favorite place on the internet. You do get advertisements in your episodes, but it's okay because that supports us too, and we appreciate it either way. All right, so let's see. The first group of comments I'll read from our Patreon. Jacob more or less says, "Sup, Duckers," and then Duck Guy responded with,
Sup.
"Sup." Jessica Robbins says, a good name for Dawson's Egg is Edgar Allan Ovum.
Sweet. I'll take it into
I feel like he's just
consideration.
set on
Nope,
Charlie.
it's little Charlie.
Yeah, at this point I don't think we're getting anything other than Charlie.
Yeah.
What about Charlie Eggs? Too
No.
modern?
That
Caitlin
was
liked
great.
it.
I like
Don
that.
Powell says, "Chris, I'm
Dawson has
half-"
no idea who that is.
I know.
Nope.
It might be too new. It might be too
Yeah.
new.
I am aware it's a person though.
Okay.
That is singer maybe.
Singer. Yeah, singer.
Chris,
Don-
don't be a brat. Just tell him who it is.
It's she's like a singer,
pop
pop
singer.
star. Yeah.
Yeah, good enough. Moving on.
She's the
Shit,
one
now
at the
the
Grammys
culprit.
who had
that
all
was
the
pretty
underwear-
sufficient, Matt. I was pretty satisfied with
The
the
one at the
answer.
Grammys who had all the underwear raining down and everybody.
I don't know.
Which
I
then
didn't see.
they think they then admitted that, or they proceeded to let everybody know that they donated all that underwear to like the victims of the wildfires or something, which is very sweet.
Okay.
Super helpful when your house burns down. Have a pair of used underwear given to you.
Well, they're using. I don't know. Don Powell says, "Chris, I'm half Canadian and I approve of the a boot joke." Oh, all right, Don. Thank you. All right, that is validation, and I needed it. Let's see here. And then Duck Guy says,
Chris!
"Did I hear?" Oh, Gary, I miss you, buddy.
Chris!
It's nice. He says, "Did I hear you say you're taking shots of Whistle Pig bourbon? What kind of monsters would shoot high-end bourbon?" No, Duck Guy, we did not take that. I'm saying that was there, but we were shooting. What were we?
Heroin.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see. Kyle Westfall says Waymo. He rode Waymo and he says it was good. I rode a few times in San Francisco. Anyways, I'm guessing he meant always available. And you get to pick your own music, and best of all, no tips. So there you go.
Oh, smart.
Let's see.
Yeah.
David Broshauer Smith 69 says, "Where is Stacy?"
Who cares?
Yeah.
I miss Stacy.
That's not a real
She
name.
was on Patreon.
Yeah.
She was on Patreon encouraging Dawson to eat the 9-month-old egg.
That's right.
She's actually
What a
siding with
retard.
Dawson. She's with it's Dawson and Stacy who are all about
Jesus
this challenge
Christ.
right now. It's very sweet. Well, David says to Stacy, "Dude, for real, you are a straight up fucking savage, and I dig your vibe." That S was F. Yeah, very very complimentary to Stacy. So there you go.
Why?
But he
She's
says
funny.
also, I never thought I'd type this one, but you guys, Dawson is right. You know where I'll be in 9 months? Yeah, right effing here, because there's no way you'll catch me missing that shit. Exactly what I paid for. So I don't know. David's feeling good. He left 4 other comments after that. So love you, David. Let's see here. Adam Smith says, we know why 6 was afraid of 7. But why is 7 afraid of 10? Because 10 was in the middle of 9/11. Adam. Jeez, dude.
Stacy is funnier than that joke.
Oh,
That's how bad it is.
our card says, oh, gotta find that. Bryce! I recently turned my twin brother onto the water cooler, and he loves the show just like I do. He and I both noticed that you started to read my comment from the last Patreon episode, then got distracted by the egg talk, and then didn't read the comment. It really spoiled my and my brother's egg experience. Our card, I'm sorry. I read that comment, so hopefully he tuned
Going
in.
up against Egg Talk is like Hawaii Blue going up against Lost. Like, it's just gonna get lost.
Yep.
Very, very true. Yeah, and I read that one. I hope your twin brother pays for his own Patreon too, man. I know you guys are twins and everything, but you guys are have separate accounts, bro. Joe Cool, he wrote a poem for Dawson called Humpty Da Sumpty. Humpty Da Sumpty sat in the cold. Humpty Da Sumpty grew 9 months old. The Bobo boys pleaded, "Stop, Dawson, no!" But between 2 slices, Humpty Da Sumpty must go.
Wow. That's pretty good stuff,
Good.
man.
I'm gonna read that to my kid later.
Should you consider a career in writing? I think Lewis Carroll. Hey, dude, that guy was dropping acid and talking about fucking eggs.
Yeah.
So am I.
We got to get that
Yo,
run
join
through
the party, man.
the AI
Yeah.
song machine. Let's go.
Yep. Do it. Sounds like a hit to me.
Let's see here. Tony Magbanua. He put up I guess so. Food Bible posted this scenario. He wanted us to chime in about it. You've been dared to build a working boat using only food. Tell me what food you would pick. And I could read Tony's recommendation if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Bamboo.
Okay.
I guess
Chinese
pandas,
bamboo.
pandas eat
yeah.
it. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
food.
I've thought
Bamboo
of
is definitely
I've thought of this long and hard, dude. And I'd use an edible boat. That's the food I would use.
I don't know how that works.
Bamboo.
Well, I mean, it's not a terrible idea if you could build your boat out of food. I mean, you don't know how long you're going to be stranded at sea, so
Yeah.
you would slowly be able to take pieces of it off.
That's
The
true.
longer you're
Yeah.
out there, so it's not like the worst. But you can't do that with bamboo because that's a cheater answer that doesn't.
I would build mine out of 9-month-old eggs because I'm told that
gonna
rotten eggs
float.
will float. They float. So I think that's a fucking win for me.
That sounds good. That
That's
sounds good.
And you'll be fine if you need to eat something,
Yeah.
supposedly.
See, I just hope I'm not out at sea for more than a week or so, because I'm going for one of those big pumpkins. I'll just hollow it out.
There, that's
I'll get
good.
inside of it,
That's a good.
and then it's got a week before it rots. I think that's my best bet. But if I'm in it for the long haul, that ship's going down.
I would probably do like beef jerky, because then if I wanted to eat beef jerky, I'd go to the top. But if I wanted like softer meat, I'd go to the bottom and scrape some of that, and then I could have 2 different kinds of meat.
Yeah, but
Said
they didn't
all the
say you could
fucking
use
sharks
glue
are
though.
gonna come eat
Yeah,
your boat.
yeah, totally, totally.
I feel like there's really two different things that are competing here.
You're floating on meat, bro.
You're
The fish are gonna eat
gonna
it.
get eaten, bro.
I think we're getting a little caught up into the survival aspect of this. The prompt is just you're building a boat out of food. It's not, oh, also you're starving, so will you eat
Yeah,
part
I
of
mean,
the boat to
seriously.
survive?
Right,
Like that doesn't
right.
need to be part of it. You have
With that,
you have
Matt,
all the food you want on this boat. It's just the boat is made of food.
dude, I would make a boat out of burritos in that case.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't
A
like the
boat-rito.
A
There you go.
boat burrito.
Matt just texted me he'd use miso sauce packets, miso soup packets. So I don't know, that's pretty gross, but that's fine. All right, well, chime in with your answers. I mean, some people wrote. One person wrote marshmallows. Another person
Yeah.
wrote bamboo. One person wrote
Who is
oatmeal.
eating bamboo?
It's got to be a food you eat or
somebody wrote beef
humans eat.
jerky. Somebody actually wrote beef jerky. That's great. Ryan Roberts, me and you, buddy. Let's share a boat.
Yeah.
Share some meat.
But then someone accused him that you put that for every question, beef jerky. So I don't know. Anyways, there's a lot of choices. Chime in with your comments, everybody, on what you'd like to build a boat with, because I'm curious myself. Let's see here. So a lot of people text still putting up those Bobo's bars, those Bobo's oat bars. We get a lot.
Yeah.
They should be sponsoring this show too. Why am I giving them a plug? Don't eat them until they sponsor our show. How about that? We are on a hunger strike from Bobo's oat bars.
Can we do that? Who's in charge of our ads right now? Can we
Caleb.
like
And he's
Kaylin, what's the legality? Gary Yost is not here. Can we just can I reach out to Bobo's and say sponsor us?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
if they say yes, then we're good.
Yeah, I mean,
For reals?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Nick.
Well, I'll take that to the fucking bank. Nice.
Nick Mahomes and
Let's do
Otto
this.
said, "I just saw a pregnant lady get up and let an elderly couple take her seat at Outback. Just saying, I know some guys that wouldn't have done that." Jeez. What Gary's not here. I love how he just just crawls in his own skin. Ryan Roberts says, my 4-year-old just roasted me. We're watching a cartoon from the 80s, and I said I used to watch this when I was a kid. She said that she wasn't alive back then, but maybe dinosaurs were. I'm only 44. Kids are brutal, my man. All right. Well, look, those are our comments, everybody. Thank you so much for writing in. We appreciate it. Please continue to comment on our Facebook group and in our Patreon. Oh, yeah, I was about to play the outro. That was a close one.
Don't do it, dude. Don't
Not
do
the
it.
outros. I do have a Bustin' Makes Me Feel Good that I'll read to you guys. So why don't we move on to this little excerpt here.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
And I know it's been a while, but once again, this is excerpts from my journal that I wrote on my 2006 road trip, where I bought a school bus with 15 other guys, and we took it around the country for a month and a half. Last we talked, we were in Gainesville, Florida, and now we've gotten the bus repaired after like 5 days in Gainesville, and we headed down to Miami, Florida.
Going to Miami.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Oh,
Miami.
Don't think we didn't blast that song, because we sure did on the way in.
I did. You know what? I didn't think for a second that you didn't blast that song.
I know. I don't know. Dawson texted me. I bet you didn't blast
Thanks for
that
coming
song.
through. Yeah.
I got you, dude. Anytime. So Miami, Florida. Great pizza, I wrote. I guess they have good pizza.
Just
right,
in
I'll
general,
believe it.
man. In general, Matt, Miami is known for its pizza, dude.
I do have a pizza story in Miami. Not from this trip, but they are known for their pizza, maybe because their pizza spots, they have a ton of them there, and they're always open because everyone gets out of the bars and the clubs so late. So maybe that's what it is. But anyway, the beaches are beautiful. Some dude took a picture of
The
us.
beaches are beautiful. We know how you spelled
Beaches.
that.
Just use your imagination. It
Yeah.
works both ways. The beaches are beautiful. Some dude took a picture of us while we were sleeping. Didn't find the best looking
What?
shell, but it was
Some dude took a picture of you while you were sleeping. Did you
Just
figure out
one,
who
though.
that was?
Just one, Matt. He just took one picture and then walked away.
Yeah, so I remember we got to Miami very early in the morning. So we were still just so tired, but a lot of us wanted to go sleep on the beach. because we pulled up to South Beach and it's beautiful beaches, gorgeous soft white sand. The water is just crystal clear, that piercing blue, like they looked like Paul Newman's eyes, that you could just swim in them.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
You get lost in those eyes.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and so and it was a beautiful night. It wasn't too cold, so we all decided to just get a towel or a blanket, just lay it out there, and we just fell asleep on the beach until the morning hit. And I guess I woke up to a dude taking a picture of us.
Any descriptors of what this person looked like?
It was literally an afterthought. I just said some dude took a picture of us sleeping. Anyway, I didn't find a good looking shell. I guess I was looking for a seashell, and I'm complaining about.
Oh my God.
Really, I was really more interested in finding the seashell.
As one would be.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see. I guess we saw some pretty girls and everyone's going nuts because we were in a bus with 16 boys for 2 weeks. So
Can only fish for so many days.
just finally saw some females. Let's see here. Oh, I bought this notebook that I'm writing in at CVS Pharmacy. And I know they're everywhere, but in my mind, they will always originate in Miami. Because I don't think we had CVS's here for, do we have them before 2006 in California?
I don't know.
I don't think
I'm
we
pretty
did.
positive we did.
I think we had
Yeah.
Walgreens at the
California.
time. Yeah, but yeah.
I know we had them by 2008 because I used to go there and steal batteries for my light show gloves when I was raving.
There you go. Yeah.
Gotta
What
get
are
some
you
stories like that.
Double A's?
No, they were like the really unique ones. They were really expensive, and like I had a light in each of my fingers, and
Yeah.
I need to replace them all the time. And one of them was like $10, and I needed like 20. So yeah,
got- you
they
got
were.
a fr-
I can't tell you what kind. It's like the real thin ones, the real
Yeah.
thin circular ones.
Got a 5 light finger discount on
Yep.
them. Kaylin, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder you were like, oh, man, it's cool if you take the veal, bro. I see. You have
I didn't take the
you have
veal.
a similar history. Let's see. I know CVS's are everywhere, but they'll always originate in Miami. But there's a great bathroom. The secret code to get into the CVS in Miami is the top button, the bottom button, and then the second button, and then you turn the knob in the bathroom.
Wait, say that again.
top
I need to
button.
write that one down.
Yeah,
Top button.
I actually drew it too. I drew I don't know if you could see. I drew the code here. So the
Wow.
top button, the bottom
We-
button, and then the second button. And you turn the knob.
We should give a heads up to that CVS, or we may be accountable for whatever theft may take place.
Well, you know,
They've locked up those batteries. Don't worry.
Anyway, and so a couple things about Miami. I didn't write this down, which is odd because I remember it like it was yesterday. But to be honest, I know based off of these entries, I wasn't really interested in keeping a journal, so it's going to be pretty light. But there was I remember getting off. We get back to the bus after that guy took a picture of us sleeping, and we change and to go walk around the city for the day. And this guy comes up to this. Everybody runs off to the beach, and it's just me, Ninja, and I forget who else. I think it was Nick. And we're just standing there with the back of the bus has one of those big doors that just swings open. And we're locking up, and this guy drives up, and he's just like, "Hey, how much for the bus?" And we're like, "Oh, we're on a road trip. It's not for sale. All of our stuff's in. We're not." He's like, "Oh no, I don't want to buy it. I want to rent it." What do you mean? How much for an hour on the bus? And I'm like, and I'm looking at like to that guys. We had no idea what he's talking about. And then he kind of motions to this girl in his sitting shotgun. And then he's like, and then he goes, "You can join us if you want."
Ooh.
Oh,
And then if it wasn't obvious,
It's the
enough-
original Bang Bus.
It could
yeah.
have been. If it wasn't obvious enough, then the girl points at Ninja and goes, "I like his nipples." Because our
Oh,
shirts are about to go to
no.
the beach. It's like, oh my god, this is crazy. And that was kind of our welcome to Miami moment.
Mm.
Was they're very forward.
Bienvenidos.
They're very forward there because,
Shit gets real.
Yeah.
and I've realized now that I'm quite aloof and just I don't realize that this stuff's happening. I remember I was there for New Year's Eve once. It was the first New Year's Eve that I worked at Corolla. And the reason I remember this is because I planned this trip. I go out there with my friends, and Adam Carolla's there doing like a paid gig. And so I remember that being weird. Like, oh, I just left my job and he's here. doing some gig with Adrian Grenier.
Yeah.
And I remember anyway, I obviously didn't go. I just wanted to hang with my friends, and the club's let out. It's 2 a.m. It's New Year's Eve, so it's now New Year's Day, and everyone's drunk, and we go and get pizza. And my friend is filming everything on a flip camera. It's Kalen. These are before.
I know what a flip. I had a razor.
All right, so it's a flip camera, and this guy's like, "Hey, it's a cool camera." He walks up to me and 3 other guys, like, "It's a cool camera," and yeah, cool. And then he's just talking to us, and he looks at me. It's like, "You guys want to party?" And in my head, I mean, I'm in Miami. It's New Year's Eve.
Chris's answer was, yeah, sure, we want to party, yeah.
Yes, I was like, I
Wants
look,
to
I'm
sell
like,
you Coke.
oh my god, yeah, we want to party. It's like, oh, okay. So, how about this? Why don't I go in, get a pizza, get a couple packs of beers, and we'll head back to my house and we'll party.
Whoa, okay,
Cool,
that's weird.
Cool. Let's go.
And my friend, I remember just seeing my friend's flip camera just like turn off and just like come down. And I'm looking at these guys and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna party. This is the locals in Miami are awesome. This is so awesome. Yes. So I'm looking like, yeah, let's freaking party. And and everybody's just like, my friends are just like looking down, like not, they're not, now they're just not speaking. And this guy's like, okay, cool. So I'll get the pizza and beers. Let's party. I'm like, yeah, go get them. Guys, we're going to his house. This is gonna be awesome. And the guy's just not saying a word. And I just remember it is silent for about 8 seconds, just 8 seconds of just us standing in a circle. And the guy just goes, so do you want to fuck or not? And, and that's when I realized, oh, I had no idea. I had no idea. I guess all my friends knew what was going on.
Oh my god, dude.
In my head, I thought this was the nicest.
He saw the mood turning. He saw the faces of all your friends, and he was like, "This is going downhill real fast. I better close this deal or not."
Wow,
so
man.
if someone can just clip that audio for me, I'd be very thankful.
Seriously, let's bring the drops back.
Yeah.
We're good.
I got a new drop coming in.
Thank goodness, Gary. But yeah, I remember that happened, and yeah. So maybe look, I've been asked twice for some good times in Miami, and I turned them both down, not realizing what they were. I guess
you realize the power that you wield, dude, and that's without a guitar in your hands.
Mm.
You know, when you're on stage.
I know.
Yeah,
you know,
buddy.
I found a picture. I was going through I found my old CD case. Here,
Old what?
like sorry, I know I just went off mic here, but I'm reaching for it. Remember these things? Like just you hold all your CDs in them.
Oh,
CDs, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I got some.
It's heavy
Hell
as
yeah.
hell because it's packed with CDs and DVDs. And I found a lot of my old road trip pictures on a DVD, so I'm gonna share one with you guys just because we're still doing the segment. Then we'll get out of here. So, let's see, share screen. Oh no,
Chris is putting a CD into a disc drive that's
it's not
attached
working.
by a USB cord to his
Yeah,
laptop.
but I'll do it next time. I gotta turn on some permissions here. Anyway, I'll share some pictures next time. Next time
sounds
I do
naughty.
a segment. But anyway, that was Bustin' Makes Me Feel Good. Everybody, you get the outro because
Nice.
this is a fun segment.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Look at that CVS notebook.
Look
right there.
at that.
The CVS Miami, the OG CVS, the first one that existed. Yeah, I remember it being new to me. I was like, CVS's are awesome. That and what's that store they have all over New York that they don't have here?
Oh, like the pharmacy?
Yeah, that pharmacy.
Dwayne
Yeah, I don't know.
Reed.
Dwayne, there you go.
Reed.
Nice.
I was gonna say Roger Dunn, but I'm like, no, that's a different guy. Yeah,
It's a
Dwayne
golf
Reed.
shop?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It sounds like they both sound like white guys. All right. Well, anyway, Dwayne Reed. Yeah, it felt like a Dwayne Reed. I was like, oh, CVS. It's awesome. And then they started opening up around here, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. But
No, it's wrong.
it usually is.
Look it
All
up.
right. Why don't we go around the horn, get our plugs, and then we'll GTFO and start some Patreon, maybe with Gary. So I'll start over there in North Hollywood, California. Mike Dawson, what do you suggest everybody check out this week? Or
My friend Angela Petrilli's playing at the Mint on Saturday night. I'm gonna go check her out.
oh, nice.
She's a badass guitar player and a very good friend. So maybe see you at the Mint on Saturday night.
I can confirm she's awesome. So please go check her out. I love seeing her all the time. Whenever I can, she plays at NAMM all the time. She's a Martin artist, and
Yeah.
I love her to death. All right, let's see. Matt, what do you suggest everybody check out?
I suggest everyone check out a CVS in California, which, you've been able to do since 1993. But, I just thought
They
maybe.
weren't just East Coast or something? Why did I think that was the first CVS I've been to?
The first one was opened in 1963
In Miami?
in
Crazy.
Rhode Island. Rhode Island.
You sure they're in California, though?
Dude, that's what the AI
Wait, so
overlords
it
just told me.
opened in
Alright.
Rhode Island, but the comment was about how it's a whole Miami thing?
Chris thinks that it began in Miami because that's the first place he saw one. You understand?
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
Anyway,
Caitlin-
also check out our Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler.
All right. Caitlin, what do you suggest we check out?
Just fooling about with Michael Bean. We got a great episode this week with Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex Luthor on Smallville.
I
But
love
he's probably more known these days for his very popular podcast and YouTube show Inside of You, where he Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum, where he interviews tons of actors and directors, and it's a big YouTube show. And my dad went on that show, and he said in the episode like it inspired him to want to do Just Fooling About. So it's a great
Okay.
episode. Check it out.
We had Michael Rosenbaum on the koi pond, and him and Joe got along really well. And I loved him
Super
ever
nice
since.
guy. Super nice guy.
All right, Gary, what do you want to plug?
I just want to know if that guy uses the Aldous Snow song for part of his podcast intro.
Inside of you. Inside
That's the one.
of you.
He does not.
No, just check out our Patreon because you obviously have not seen me yet this week until now. So that's where you can see me later this week.
All right.
Hey,
There's
look
Gary.
at that. What timing.
And then as for me, check out my band Loxy. We're playing at the Ordinary in Long Beach the last Saturday of March. All right, that will do it for this episode of Watercooler. We'll be back for Patreon later this week. We love you, and goodbye.
Gary Dawson barked.
I heard it.